one. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Pageant Sit Down. I'm your host, one of them, Regina Lena, and we are so happy that you're here with us today. I am joined, of course, with my co-host, the one and only Elizabeth Marnock.
Hi, Regine. How's it going?
It's good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little tired. I had a crazy day at school, but I couldn't miss this one because it's a personal fave of mine, so I'm excited to get into it tonight.
Awesome. Well, we're letting her prepare, or we're giving her a little bit more anticipation backstage. But okay, first off, how is it going for you? I know there's a lot of students who are also watching, who are also doing pageants. Question for you before we bring on our guest is, how are you handling it all?
I am really excited. I am ready to get this over with. It's been a really cool experience, but I've been able to kind of deal with all the scheduling that's happening right now because I have makeup, I have school, I have my own pageant that I'm running. So there's a lot happening right now, but I kind of like to live my life in a bit of chaos. I feel like I'm being productive, so I'm okay with it.
Hang on. When you say you're ready for things to be done with, are you talking about the pageant sit down or school?
No,
Just to clarify.
Never. No, I am ready and excited to graduate university. Get the paper and get out of here. It's fun while it's lasted, but I guess I still have another year, but we'll see.
You got this. Well, like you said, we have a very special guest on today's show. I feel like you and I have actually known her for the same amount of time, but I'm going to let you introduce her, actually.
Okay. So I'm super excited because this is my baby pageant sister. It is your current Miss Teen Galaxy Halton 2022, Alexis Onofre. Hi, Alexis.
Hi, Liz. Hi, Regine. Hello, everyone. My name is Alexis Onofre, and I'm your Miss Teen Galaxy Halton.
Perfect. Well, you are no stranger to the Galaxy world, nor are you a stranger to the two of us. But for those who are tuned in and have no idea who you are, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, so good evening, everyone. My name is Alexis Onofre. I am 14 years old. I am currently a high school student. I really like playing sports. I really like listening to music, and a really big passion of mine is pageantry. I've been doing pageantry since I was about 2 years old. And fun fact, I've actually been a part of the Galaxy system since 2018. I was your 2019 Miss Preteen Galaxy Canada.
So we've literally all joined Galaxy at the same time, and here we are.
That's right. We're some of the OGs.
We are the OGs, not some of. We are the OGs. Well, Alexis, you mentioned, you've been a part of Canada Galaxy since 2018. You were in the preteen division. You were Junior Miss Galaxy North America. You are now in the teen division. What made you, one, come back, and two, join the teen division all of a sudden?
Honestly, when I made my decision, I was actually on the plane back from internationals. I was considering it, and although I wasn't completely sure about it, Cindy actually did give me a pep talk. It was like, because I was very unsure about it. So I decided to come back because I think Galaxy for me has really changed my life. It is a great system, and it's just a safe space for all women of different height, weight, whatever. And I felt very welcomed as well, which is why I decided to come back, as well as you can make great friendships. And I have lots of friends that I met in 2018 that I still talk to now.
Right. That's right. I have to know because you are, when for those who don't know, Alexis and I were on the Canada Galaxy team together in 2019. She was the preteen and I was the teen. So now you're competing for my title, my former title. What do you think is going to be different between competing in the junior divisions compared to bumping up now to the seniors?
I think it's going to be very different because, well, your mindset, it's very different because as a junior, it's like you go there to have fun. And although you do go there to have fun now as well, it's like as I've gotten older, I've gotten a lot more competitive. I won't keep that a secret. But yeah, I think it's very different also because as a senior, you have to wake up earlier. I've learned that from internationals. And but also the sisterhood. There's a lot more girls in the senior division, as you know. And it's just a great opportunity to make more friends as well.
Mm-hmm. And what are you taking from your experience going to internationals and bringing it now into the teen division?
Yeah, so I speak a lot about mindset, and recently my mindset hasn't been the greatest. So I also did have, I would say, kind of a poor mindset, but it was a lot better than it has been recently. So I'm probably going to try my best to focus on myself more because I guess it's just what I need right now, and I think everyone needs it. I'm also a little bit stressed about with high school because I just started a few weeks ago, but I'm very fortunate to have my mom to help me still, even in the teen division. She helps me with everything so I can focus on myself and be the best that I can at nationals.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you've seen the divisions for so many years, and so you kind of know what to expect, but I understand the nervousness. And I know, just from knowing you, I know mindset has been something that you struggle with a little bit in pageants and something that concerns you. Do you have any advice for other people who may be feeling the same thing going into this upcoming Canada Galaxy weekend? Any pieces of advice for them?
Yes, of course. My main advice is, like I've mentioned, just to focus on yourself and don't focus on other people because you never know what they're going to bring to the table. You never know, and you cannot doubt yourself going into a national pageant. If you made the decision to sign up and be a Galaxy girl, you cannot doubt yourself because it will affect your overall performance, and I know that from personal experience. So you need to focus on yourself, take a little quiet time if you need to, drift away from pageant world, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Listen to music, that really helps me. And yeah, that's my advice.
I love that. It's such an important topic. I feel like a lot of people kind of don't think about that when they're preparing, and once you get there, it kind of hits you. And I know it's what takes down a lot of people, unfortunately. So thanks for sharing that. Yeah, I mean, it happens to all of us. I've been guilty of it. I think everyone has at some point. It's not super rare. So yeah, it's great that you're sharing about that. But I guess we got to move on to something, this is new. We're excited. This is going to be fun. I've heard about these parties that are happening this year that are brand new. Alexis, can you tell us a bit about those that are happening now?
Yes, so there is the PJ Party, which has been around since the beginning of Canada Galaxy pageants. PJ Party is probably my favorite because you get to wear comfy PJs after a long day, and you just get to spend time with the other delegates. When I was there last time, there was bubble tea, which was so good, and there was milkshakes too. I think there's also some other great sponsors as well. And I think they added something new this year, which is the pink party. It is similar to the Galaxy International white party, but it is pink. So very excited for that. And like I mentioned, there I think is some great sponsors there too. So that is very exciting.
I can attest to the sponsor list. I have seen it. It is amazing. It's a long list. Let's just put it that way. It's a long list, but we know Cindy within us, the national director, puts her heart and soul into it, and she always gets amazing sponsors. So it's going to be a great weekend. Speaking of girls, since we are talking to Alexis, who are coming back from internationals, the Costi girls are in the chats, and they say hi, ladies.
Hi girls. Hi Janice, Kinsley, Kylie. How's it going?
Hello. To all of you who are tuned in, I see that there are a bunch of you who are tuned in right now. If you have any questions for Alexis, whether it be about pageants, non-pageants, she's an athlete, anything you have to ask her, feel free to leave them in the live chats below, and we are more than happy to ask her. The Costi girls, I'm guessing as Janice, says, can't wait to see you all. We can't wait to see you too.
I'm super excited.
Yes.
So what is something you are looking forward to this weekend? Because for you who don't know, Canada Galaxy Nationals is happening in 2 days.
Party.
Yeah, for me, I'm actually really looking forward to something that I always look forward to is meeting everybody. We actually just created a group chat. Mia, Miss Teen Galaxy Canada, just created a group chat yesterday with all the team delegates, and they're all very, very nice, and I'm super excited to meet them. Being at a national level now, I'm just super excited to meet girls that are just from all around Canada, as well as I'm very, very excited for interview. I've never been excited for interview, but this is the first time I've ever been excited for interview, and I'm just really excited because I feel like I have so much more to say now about myself, because through pageantry I've actually discovered a lot more about myself than I knew before. So I'm very excited for that.
That's so awesome.
Like what? What is something you learned about yourself? Is it not appropriate for the internet?
No.
Oh.
The way she's like,
anyway.
What have you learned about yourself, Alexis?
I just, especially through COVID, not being able to really socialize with the world in person and go to school in person, I've learned that I have so many things, like hobbies, that I never knew I could do. Like chocolate art. I do chocolate art with my mom. Mm-hmm. She actually does most of it, but I help her. I need the credit. Yeah, I have back problems from standing up from doing the hot chocolate bombs over Christmas time, but we won't talk about that. But yeah, I've learned just a lot about how independent that I can be as well. You know, once it will be a little bit hard when my mom won't help me with pageants anymore, but I think I've learned a lot now through her that I can take it on one day by myself and hopefully be successful in it.
Realize your mom's listening. She could just be like, here you go. Have fun with it, guys.
I mean,
careful what you say, Alexis.
Kind of scared now.
Oh my god.
Just kidding. Your mom would never leave you. So in the chats, we're going to go back really quickly. Janice McGregor says, exciting. Good luck to all the Galaxy Canada girls, especially you, Alexis. You're going to do awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Liz, do we have any questions from Instagram?
Yes, we have one here. What is your favorite category of competition? I know you kind of talked about interview, but how about let's do on stage? What's your favorite on stage competition?
Yeah, so usually I would say fashion wear. I really actually do like my fashion wear, but I would probably say evening gown now. My evening gown is just so gorgeous. I love it so much. And I love how I can just grace the stage and just be calm myself from all the nerves of, you know, what's the crowning results going to be, right? But honestly, it's just such a calm category to be in, and just to sort of be myself in a beautiful dress and for one time, like, not be insecure in my body. It's like, it's definitely my favorite. And also, like I said, I love my dress.
Oh, that's so important. I love that. It's so nice to hear that you're excited to wear the wardrobe. Some people don't have that, so that's exciting.
It is. Your mom is in the chat, Alexis, and she says you're in trouble. Just kidding. She says, I will always be in your corner, kiddo. So.
That's so cute.
Do you think, because we all know your mom, do you think there'll come a time where she's like, Alexis, it's my turn? And
I hope so. That'd be amazing.
Well, she was my coach for quite a while. Like, I've never really had a coach for Canada Galaxy. Like, I've had a coach previously when I was a preteen. Her name is Miss Brenda. I love her so much. But ever since then, I just sort of coached myself, especially through COVID, going into internationals, waiting for the announcement for that. My mom really helped me with that. So, maybe she could pull it off one day. I mean, I think I'm trying to get her to do a pageant.
Too.
I would love
and
that.
And she can't do her own pageant. So
Yeah.
I mean, Liz, you should sign her up.
Lindsay, call me up. Oh my gosh.
So earlier you talked about you love music. What kind of music do you listen to? What is playing on your Spotify account?
I think you already know what I'm gonna say, but I have lots of K-pop on my Spotify. Like, I just renewed the account, and I was kind of worried that it wasn't gonna renew, so it was like sort of going on Spotify every single day to see if it was gonna renew or not. Because when I walk to school, I listen to K-pop. When I'm in the hallways, I listen to K-pop. I do listen to other genres of music, but I would definitely say K-pop is my number one genre. I've been a fan specifically of BTS for since I think 2019, 2018, something like that. And it's not even just about, oh, they make music and their music sounds good. There's just so much more than what meets the eye, especially their message and other K-pop groups' message. Specifically, they did a collaboration with the United Nations, and it was with their Love Yourself album collection. And basically their whole message is to love yourself. Their target audience is specifically the youth, and just like I've said, their message, which really hits to home, is to love yourself for who you are.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of home, BTS, your mom says, keep dreaming, gals. It's never going to happen.
Boo. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so I would love to know, you were talking about all like the community initiatives that your favorite artists are doing, but how about you? What have you been doing with your title as Miss Teen Galaxy Halton, and something maybe you want to do if you were to be crowned?
Yes, so I've done a lot of different platforms in the past because I've been a part of the system for quite a while, but ever since COVID hit, I've seen that in my community there's been a need for food. My platform currently is food security. I work very close with the Burlington Food Bank, and I recently, one of my appearances was to go to a garden, and we harvested fresh produce for the Burlington Food Bank. It is a very big passion of mine, and I plan to keep going with it because although COVID may be almost over, there's still a lot of people in need and people who need to eat in my community as well as around the world.
That's awesome. So when you say the guard, what did you do there?
We woke up very early, a lot earlier than I thought I should. I usually don't wake up that early, but it's a very nice garden, and usually, like for me personally, I don't really like gardening. I'm not really a green thumb, but we just harvested a whole bunch of ready, fresh produce, like off the top of my head, lots of tomatoes. Lots of basil, just all types of produce. And there was a really big zucchini there. It was huge, it was massive. And yeah, and basically, so we just harvested that for an hour. And then the Burlington Food Bank truck actually came to pick it up. And I think the first week that I went, we collected 150 pounds of fresh produce.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is. So is this something that you see yourself continuing to do if you were to win?
Yes, definitely would continue doing it. I did go for a second time, and I think I'm becoming a little bit more of a green thumb, not gonna lie. I would keep doing it, not just because I think it's fun, but also because it's for a good cause.
For sure.
The vegetables taste better that way.
Yes.
You gotta bring some to nationals. We can have a taste. Taste test. Veggie test. Oh my gosh.
That'll be fun. So again, to all those who are tuned in, if you have any questions for Alexis, feel free to leave them in the live chats, and we are more than happy to ask them. Alexis, what have you been doing to prepare yourself for nationals this weekend?
To prepare, I've been very, very stressed out with school and all that. And like I said before, mindset is very, very important, because if your mind isn't at its best, then the outcome will not be what you desire it to be. So with that being said, I've just focused on myself, tried to listen to lots of music, like I've mentioned, and lots of K-pop. And face masks are something that also really helped me, because it takes me away from everything that I've been thinking about. I'm a very bad overthinker. I overthink way too much than I should be, and just to get away from reality, even if it's for a few minutes, it really, really helps, as well as some new wardrobe in store.
Ooh,
maybe.
Very exciting. That's so cool. Speaking of, I guess, new wardrobe, I am dying to hear. I was not present. Regina, you were present at internationals. Alexis, tell me about it. How was the experience? I heard it was amazing.
The experience was like amazing. I remember going to internationals when I was a preteen, but once it's fresh in your mind, once you go back, you like almost miss it a lot. I miss Texas right now, because I just love how nice the weather is there. But yes, about the pageant, like the white party was definitely my favorite. There were Galaxy cupcakes there, and they were so good. And the music, me and Nicole danced to Twice at the end, because we waited for it to play and we requested it. And it was just so much fun. The only thing that I didn't like about it was the fact that we had to wake up super early. But
at least
you're becoming me. I was the first wake up that year too. I understand.
At least she's honest.
Mm-hmm.
Janice McGregor says, "You have such a pure heart, Alexis. I love that you are putting your platform into action with food security. Way to go, girl."
Thank you.
That's awesome. Do we have any more questions, Liz, from social media?
Let me see. Well, you might want this one's, what's your biggest tip for people aging up a division? Because I know you got older. Like that happened.
You did.
It happens.
It happened.
What is your biggest tip? Because it is a pretty big leap from junior to senior.
Yeah.
In 2 months.
I mean, oh yeah.
Right.
A lot of people do say this, and it is very true from personal experience. Just be yourself. Just be yourself, because the judges are going to notice that. And if you're not yourself and you look anxious on stage and you're not confident, then it'll have an effect on the outcome. But also, just don't think too much about it, because I did it. I thought a little bit too much about it, and it landed me in a really bad place, to the point that I didn't really want to do it anymore. But then I realized that it isn't really about that, because my title is surrounded around community, and I'm very passionate about what I do, and I wasn't going to let my thoughts control me.
That's perfect. So Alexis, there is a segment on the show, and I know we've been asking you for tips already. So the segment is 5 tips from a beauty queen, and having all this experience in the junior division, now stepping into the senior division, do you have any tips for all of our viewers watching today?
Yes. So my first tip, which is probably the biggest tip into, I guess, becoming successful, is, I've mentioned this before, be yourself. Just be who you are, because that is what they're looking for. That is what the judges are looking for. They're looking for someone who really accepts themselves for who they are. My next tip would probably be sleep as much as you can, because there are some early mornings, and trust me, it is not fun. And then I would say eat when you can, because there's not a lot of time if you advance to internationals, you will not have a lot of time to eat. There's a lot going on pageant weekend, and like I said before, sleep a lot, but also make sure that you eat. Do not forget to eat, because that will not be a very good thing. Pack extra heels. I have like one pair of heels, and I had to pack extra ones because I don't want to lose my shoes. Liz. And my last tip is to just have fun, because if you don't have fun and you don't take in the experience, then why did you go? There's so much provided for us, like pink party, PJ party, and even just being surrounded by the fellow delegates that are potential lifelong friends. Just take it in and enjoy it while you can, because the week goes by really fast. Especially, like, I've been doing it for 4 years and it went by way too fast. So just enjoy yourself and have fun.
Those are awesome tips.
I really like the shoe one. That's my favorite tip. Definitely bring shoes, guys.
Calling you out there. A question from Facebook, YouTube. Oh my goodness, Alexis, if there are people considering competing at Canada Galaxy, what would you say to them?
I would say to do it, because in 2018 I wasn't gonna do it, and if I didn't, and I were to tell myself in the past if I didn't do it, then I made a bad mistake, because Canada Galaxy Pageant and Galaxy as a whole is the best thing that's ever happened to me. It is, my target audience is the youth, and it really gave me the opportunity to really speak my voice and help my community, especially young people like me, to get involved and just to know that we are the next generation and we're going to be the change that this world needs. As well as also, it's really fun, so do it. And Cindy is amazing, by the way.
She is. We've had her on the show before, and we all know her very personally. She's great, and she's great at what she does. I don't I said, I've seen that sponsor list. I don't think anyone can get as many as she does. She kills it every year.
True, very true, very true.
Mm-hmm.
We've all experienced that
she
firsthand.
Spoils you. She literally spoils you.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So, Alexis, what, I guess, is something that you are not so excited for this weekend?
My loss of sleep. I cherish my sleep a lot. I'm not excited to wake up early, but if it's for the pageant, why not do it? But at internationals, 5 a.m. was a little bit too early for me, but it's okay. I still had fun. Yeah,
it is. And you were there with your best friend Mia, who is the current and reigning Miss Teen Galaxy Canada. And you've known Mia for a very long time, and you are now going for her title. What would that mean to you if Mia was the one to put the crown on your head?
Honestly, it would just mean so much to me. I've known Mia for way too long. It's just, I couldn't even remember. I've known her, I think, for a decade. And just to experience that moment of her putting that crown on my head would just be amazing. Because I consider her a very close sister to me. And just to have that moment with her, something that I guess I desire the most, and something that is my goal currently. I just don't even have words for it. It would just be so amazing, and it would be life-changing for me. As well as, I think our stuffed animals that we made in Texas would be proud. Just saying.
Can you tell us about that? Because
I saw on Facebook.
They're everywhere. Can you tell us about that?
So we were at the mall. I don't remember what the mall was called, but we were at the mall and we saw Build-A-Bear, and the mall near my house does not have a Build-A-Bear. So I haven't made a Build-A-Bear in a really long time. So I asked my mom, can I use my money that I got for my birthday to buy a Build-A-Bear? And she said, yeah, that's fine. So Mia was also going to get a Build-A-Bear. And so we just chose one. And she chose a frog and I chose a bunny. And we made them and we decided to name them Berg and Forg. We got them swimsuits and floaties for the pool party. And then we got like shirts for them that said emotional support bear and little like trousers for them. It was so cute. But it was it was a great experience for us.
And how did you come up with their names?
Yeah.
I don't even know how Mia came up with Forg, but I like wanted to go off a Forg and just so it was matching because I can't stand when things aren't matching. Anyways, but I don't even know how she came up with it. I think she saw it on TikTok, but I thought Berg would be good because BU, Bunny, and then RG sort of matches with Forg. So yeah, honestly, it's not a great story about how the names came about, but they are great emotional support bears.
And I'm guessing you're bringing them this weekend.
I need it. I need it there with me.
I would like a picture with the bears, please.
Yes, you can have a picture with the
Liz.
The bunny and frog.
Yes, of course.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So, Alexis, I would like to know, you've had only 2 months to prepare, really, since internationals for nationals, which is kind of strange. But, yes. What are you taking from internationals that maybe you've learned about yourself or in pageants that you want to incorporate in your performance this upcoming weekend to hopefully help you get the crown?
Like I mentioned a lot of times before, and it is very important, is mindset. Yes, mindset. Focus on yourself as much as you can, but also when I watched my replay and I was talking with Regine, I needed a little bit of, so when I've been practicing, I've been like imagining that I've injected myself with the oof. And also another like ritual of mine after stage is to say BTS. I don't know, it just gets me hyped.
You know what? You do what you gotta do. You gotta do what
Exactly.
you gotta do. And like you said, that little oomph that you were missing, you now have the second chance to do it at nationals.
Yes.
You're going to do great. I have faith in you, and I'm not just saying that because I was the one who said you needed a little bit of oomph. Let's stop talking about pageants for a second because I feel like we can talk about it forever and ever and ever. But something that I think is amazing about you, and not something everyone knows, is that you are a huge athlete, specifically in football. And I think it's great, especially for younger girls, to hear your story. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it's actually a cool story because my stepdad owns a football club in Etobicoke called the Etobicoke Eagles Football Club, and my mom is the treasurer. So I think it was a few years ago when the Bantam team, which is I think the U14 team, they needed players and there was really no one else that could sign up and they would have to forfeit if they didn't have enough players. So my mom put my brother in, even though he was too young, so he was a bench warmer, and I was also supposed to be a bench warmer, but one of my best friends was actually on the team, and she said to me, why don't you play? And so I was like, you know what, why not? Give it a shot. So ever since then, I've really taken a joy into playing football. Even though I was only a kicker, it was still really fun to be a part of such an amazing team, as well as to break barriers for young girls and for women, because I feel like football is such a male-dominated sport, and you don't see females playing football every day. So I know so many girls who want to play football. It is actually insane. And just to be able to inspire them to do the same as me, to not be scared, to actually get up and do something that they love, it just makes me happy, and football is just really fun. I love it. It's great.
Was it scary, like, as a young girl, to be put in this pure boy or pure masculine sport?
I mean, I have been around the organization for a very long time. The owner and my mom, aka my stepdad Chavez, are currently engaged, so I've been exposed to it very often. So the people who were actually playing on the team were very good friends of mine. So it was great to have that reassurance that I was accepted there. But if you think about it, not everyone is best friends with the males that play on the football team. True. So it's, like I said, it's great to inspire young girls who are scared to face that stereotype and just do what they want.
For sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
Janice McGregor says, the more you talk, the more I love you. Keep being a trailblazer.
Thank you so much. Oh my God.
That's awesome. You have a fan in the chat, Alexis.
But
I know, I think that's amazing what you said. Like, it can be scary, and not everybody has that friendship already with the other people you're playing with. But it's great, you know, if you're scared, do it. Like, you were scared to join the teen division, and you did it. So
yeah.
You seem to just go with it, and you just do it, even if it makes you uncomfortable and nervous, huh?
Yeah, because I know in the end, like I said, I'm very much an overthinker, but if you think about it, it's fun. If you are interested in it and you want to do it, but you're stopping yourself from doing so, just do it, because you never know what opportunities may arise from that. And there are so many things that I could have stopped myself from doing, but I went ahead and did it, and now I have all these opportunities, and now I'm growing up to be a successful girl and a great role model in my community. So just a piece of advice: if you're thinking about it or you're interested in doing it, just go and do it, because why not?
Exactly. And you're also a role model to your little sister too, right? Like, she sees you. She might annoy you from time to time, but she sees that, you know, my big sister can do it. I can do it too, right?
Yeah.
And I love that you.
Too.
I love that. But can we just take a second and congratulate your mom? Can we? You just put it out there. Oh, my mom just got engaged. Congratulations, Lindsay. Your daughter's spilling the beans over here. But congrats, Lindsay. I think, but okay, going back to sports. So I know that you are huge in football because your family is very invested in it, but you also play softball. You are a dancer as well, and I feel like pageantry in itself is a sport. So how do you, I guess, manage your time with everything going on?
Honestly, if I love something so much that I'm able to sacrifice anything for it, I'll do it. Even if it means like losing my precious sleep, that's okay. But I've just learned to sort of sacrifice what I need to, and to be able to do things I enjoy, because I'm still very young, and if I don't do what I enjoy now, I'm gonna get a job, and then like I'm gonna have no life. So well, because I want to be a lawyer, so when I get older, I might not have time to do the things that I love, maybe even pageantry too, because law school is very expensive, so, and pageants are really expensive.
You want to be a lawyer?
But, yes, I do. Or a doctor, but both like really expensive and a lot of time.
But you can do it. I mean, if you're putting in all the hard work in high school, speaking of high school, like, how is that going? It's your first year of high school, right?
Yeah.
That was so scary for me. How are you dealing with it?
Sorry. I don't mean to laugh. It's just the way that Liz is like, it was very scary.
It was terrifying. I hope you're doing better than I did.
Oh, actually, it kind of is scary because I'm really short and everyone in my school is so tall. So it's like, but I guess it's an advantage because when I'm trying to get to my next class and like this, then I can just squeeze through everybody in the little like spaces that there are. But it's fun. I am enjoying my classes, which is great because I didn't really think I would. Nobody really likes school, but yeah, the classes are fun. I made some new friends, which is always good, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's a little bit scary at lunchtime because everyone is just in one place, and I'm also there at the same time. But other than that, it's great.
That's good. And as a tall person, and trust me, we wanted to be you. We wanted to be the short people, so I'm jealous. So don't be worrying about them.
That was funny. I mean, when she said that, when she's like, "Oh, being the shortest," I just looked at Liz right away, and I'm like,
I was the complete opposite side of the spectrum. I was the mammoth of the school, so you take it or leave it.
And I'm just in the middle. I'm literally in between the two of you, so
Yep,
it's fine.
that's right.
Yeah.
Lindsay is in the chat. She says, "Aw, thank you, gals. Much love," when we congratulated her.
Mm-hmm.
She also says, "Excuse me, a lawyer? I thought you were going to be a doctor."
I thought so too. I was a little
I don't
confused.
know.
So did I. So did I.
I'm still trying to figure out my life. Like I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat for dinner. So I don't know yet, but the time will come when I decide. It's just the reason that I picked to sort of consider both is because they're both very effective occupations that I could take up. Like being a doctor, there's a doctor shortage in Canada right now, and I'm very passionate about oncology because cancer does run in my family, and I've lost a lot of family members to cancer. A lot of my family is affected by cancer, and it's just something that I'm very passionate about, and I want to help people that are going through that because I know how it feels. As well as being a lawyer, I don't know, something just intrigued me being a lawyer. I guess I could say I'm pretty good at debating things, but it's also a very critical occupation because you're fighting for the law. You are literally making things right in your country. So I'm very passionate about both, but the time will come when I decide.
Okay, can I ask you a question though? Because you talk about wanting to stand up for the law, but would you, because there is going to come a time where if you go into law, that you might have to, like your client might do something that you're totally against. How are you going to handle that?
I mean, each job has their pros and cons, and their cons, I guess, are just as bad as the other one is. Like if I don't agree with what the person that I'm defending did, it's, I guess, equivalent to someone that I'm trying to save their life died, you know?
True.
It's very different, but at the same time, it's very similar. It's really hard to explain, but each of them, like, you just have to make sacrifices to do what's right, you know?
At least both of them have like an underlying I want to help people vibe, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
So good for you.
Me too. That's awesome.
Lindsay's killing me in the chat though.
She is. She says it's because you
what
like
is she
to
saying?
argue. She says it's because you like to argue. That's why you want to be a lawyer.
I won the debate in my history class, so that's why I went
There you go.
There you go. There you go. Janice McGregor says, "I don't know how tall you are, but what you feel you lack in height, you totally make up in personality." So then what about Liz?
Yeah, I'm literally 5'1".
Oh my goodness. I'm literally in the middle.
It happens. It's okay.
So let's bring it back to pageants, I guess. I'm just looking at the time. So we are a few days out to Canada Galaxy. What are you doing for the rest of the next couple of days to prepare yourself?
Right after this, I have a hair appointment. Like, it's so late at night. I need to sleep, but I do have a hair appointment after this to get my hair washed I'm sorry, it's just really late. And then tomorrow I'm tomorrow I am
8:30.
going a half. But I like my sleep. Okay, I have to wake up at 7 a.m.
The one thing I know about Alexis from this interview is she likes to sleep.
Mindset and sleep, and if you don't get either of them right, it's a bad day.
Yeah. So tomorrow I have like a half day at school. Tomorrow I arrive at the hotel, which I'm excited about because I get to see so many people that I haven't seen in so long. And and then it goes into pageant. To be honest, I'm just so busy. I'm trying to catch up on schoolwork right now because I've just been so behind with pageants and whatever. And dance too. Like I have a dance audition coming up tomorrow, so that's kind of scary. I had to actually film my dance with my friend because I won't be there for the audition. So hopefully, fingers crossed that I make it. It is a really difficult dance and my knee is hurting right now, but that's okay. But besides that, I mean, I'm a busy woman.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
And I'm
really
losing a lot of sleep.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Her mindset's not going to be right.
I'm going to come knock on your door at Nationals, wake you up in the middle of the night.
I'll join her.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
So Janice says, Alexis, your desire to help people dealing with food insecurity shows that you care about others. Rather than criminal law, perhaps you should consider civil law. Just a thought.
Ooh, that's cool.
I'm open, just because the idea of just being a lawyer, just any type of lawyer for me is, it's great. But hey, I still have time to think about it. I might, I'll consider that.
She's not good at what? She's not end up being either of them. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, okay, yeah. So are we allowed? Okay, I just read I just read what Lindsay wrote. So tomorrow you are also going to the airport, correct?
Oh yeah, like 2 times.
Who are you picking up in the airport tomorrow? Are we even allowed to say it?
Are we allowed to say it? Yeah, I think so.
Are we?
Well, I'm picking up Beth and Alicia, but I think so because that person posts about it on their story.
Facts, that's true.
Go for it.
So, because I am amazing, I am picking up the one, the only, Jose from Galaxy International Pageant. Like literally an icon. Yeah, so we convinced him to come to Canada Galaxy, and we actually like full on raised money within our like little group chat just to get him here. So my mom and I are like the carpool tomorrow. We have Jose coming in, we have Beth and Alicia I think are coming in tomorrow, and Mia and her mom Maddie, my auntie Maddie, and yeah, I'm a busy person.
Tomorrow's gonna be crazy. I'm so excited.
Yes, and it starts with a 7 a.m. alarm.
Girl, you don't want to know what my alarm sets for.
You get to sleep in tomorrow. So.
Oh, good. I'm so glad for you.
Come on. I'm gonna sleep in the car on the way to the airport.
You're gonna sleep in the car to your hair appointment. Let's be real.
Oh, I will.
Everywhere. Jose's gonna come in the car and be like, why are you sleeping?
I mean, listen. No, like I said, get as much sleep as you can because it's a long weekend.
It is, and that is why
when I come back on Tuesday, I have to wake up for school. I don't really get a break.
Womp womp.
Because my weekend is also filled with. It's okay. I like what comes with it, except for the lack of sleep, but that's okay. Everything else pays off.
It does. Like you said, everything that you do pays off. Everything that you go through, the late nights, the early mornings, the hair washes, the eyebrows that I know you did not want to do either. it does take a lot, but it is worth it in the end, right? Because if it wasn't worth it, you wouldn't be coming back this weekend, right?
Yeah, it definitely is worth it because it is just such a great opportunity to have in life, especially because you can make a difference in your world, especially, and sorry, filler words, having the opportunity to inspire other people my age, the youth, even my school. I might even be running for student senate, who knows, but it is a great way to give back to your people as well as just get out there and do what you need to do and do what you are here to do, is to make a difference in the world.
I love that.
It is a fluff.
That is awesome. That is amazing. So Alexis, we are going to start to wrap things up because you do still have a long night ahead of you, and
she's very tired.
She needs her sleep.
I'm gonna sleep in the hair chair.
So before we say goodbye though, what would be your last words to our viewers watching today?
To that one lady Janice in the comments, I love you so much, and the other Janice, Kylie and Kids Mom, I love you too. But also just have a good night, because I don't know, just have a good night. Maybe you need that, because it is like, for me right now, it is so stressful. And if you're a pageant girl going to Galaxy, you also may be stressed as well. So have a good night, and thank you so much for having me on the show. I had a great time.
Well, we wouldn't have had it any other way. So Alexis, if people want to follow your journey to the Canada Galaxy pageant this weekend, where can people find you?
Yes, so my mom changed my username on Instagram to Miss Teen Galaxy Halton. It is just Miss Teen Galaxy Halton. You can find me there on Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook. I don't even know if my mom changed it on Facebook, so it might still be Junior Miss Galaxy North America, or it's Miss Teen Galaxy Halton, or you can follow my main Instagram at FoolishLex13.
Perfect. And we both follow you. Liz, where can people find you on socials?
You can find me at Elizabeth Marnock Artistry. I'll be doing hair and makeup this weekend, so I'm going to be really busy throughout the hotel. So if you see me running around with my head cut off, feel free to say hi. I might not look the most pleasant, but I will happily say hi. Or if you want to just follow my pageant stuff, you can follow me at Elizabeth Marnock Pageantry on Instagram. How about you, Regine? Where can they find you?
You guys can find me here on YouTube. We do the pageant sit down every Wednesday, or at least once a week. So make sure you like this video if you've enjoyed this conversation, and subscribe to our channel. You can also find me at Canada Galaxy Pageants this weekend. I will also be running around with like a chicken with my head cut off, but for other reasons. I'm not doing hair and makeup. You don't trust me to do that. Well, you might. But yes, if you see myself or Liz, make sure you give us a hug, because we are so happy that you have tuned in and supported the Pageant Sit Down, and we can't wait to see you guys. Social wise, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at It's Regina Lena. Alexis, thank you so much for joining us again today. We know you're busy, but we are so happy that you had a pit stop here at the Pageant Sit Down.
Yes. Thank you so much. Honestly, it made my night better. I'm a lot less stressed now, even though I just finished packing. But yes, thank you so much for having me. I feel a lot better, especially about my interview, because of this podcast, Extra Practice. And I just love talking about pageants with my two favorite people.
Aww.
I can't wait to give you guys a hug.
You're so cute. I feel like everyone who's tuned in right now got a glimpse of what our FaceTime calls would look like.
Oh, yeah.
Accurate, very accurate.
Very accurate. And on that note, Alexa said it, the BTS, we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.